Hi, and welcome to the Magical Living Open House. I'm your host, Patricia Tallman, and I have my very special guest is Jennifer Takagi. Did I say that right?
You did,
I
yes.
love it. Okay, good. Let me tell you a little bit about this woman who I already adore. She's been a guest on the show before. She is the 12-minute success coach. Yes, so that's what we talked about last time. And a certified high performance coach. Jennifer helps women discover the power of their purpose by tapping into their truths so that they can have the clarity and confidence to create the next level of success they desire. She uses a mix of powerful tools and a proven coaching system to help women boost their clarity, energy, productivity, and influence, while also helping them spot and move past emotional patterns that might be getting in the way. Oh boy, do I need you right now. I have so many patterns I've been noticing. But this isn't about me. So, hi, thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh, it could totally be that with you. We can like do some emotion code on you right
That'd be
now.
too embarrassing, too embarrassing
Amazing.
for words.
Oh my God.
But that's the great thing about personal development is that you're always, you get to a layer and then you see the other stuff. And that's actually really good news, I think, because then you can get, more and more unhooked from those patterns. That's what it takes.
It totally is. And one story I mean I've shared a time or two, but probably not like globally like we are today. But I ended up on this journey of energy healing, and I started on the spiritual journey, and then I learned Akashic records and holy fire Reiki, and then body code, emotion code, belief code. And so like it all comes together and I love it. But I love the strategy of high performance coaching. It's very structured. Like I think it's all a both and situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had these knee issues since I was a little kid. I had my first surgery 30 years ago, and I've now had a total of four, two of which being knee replacements. But a couple years ago, before a knee replacement, my first one, I was doing body code work on myself. And I asked the question, like, do I have anything holding me back from attracting the clients I want to work with and building the business that like consciously I want? Like, is there something back there? And in the body code, it's Dr. Bradley Nelson's work. It's amazing. And literally there's a chart, and it's like, is the imbalance on the left side of the chart or the right side? Okay, it's on the left side. Okay, is it this? Is it this? Yes, no, till you get down to what the imbalance is or what the block is. And as I'm doing this work on myself one day, and this is like in August of 2022, I think it was, and I'm doing this work, and it comes up that I have a negative broadcast message. And a negative broadcast message is like a radio frequency running in the background. And it doesn't scream at you and go on high volume all the time. But for me, it's like at the most inopportune time.
Of course.
It's like, I'm ready to do this, and but I can't. Like, what about I can't? So I'm doing this and I'm like, okay, so what's the message? Like, what is the wording going on in the background? And it was the message of, I can't. And my
Just
very
I
first,
can't.
I can't.
Mhm.
And my very first response was, that's a bunch of crap. My mama told me I could do anything I wanted to do, anything I set my mind to. I can do anything. I've done a whole lot of things. This is wrong. This is not right. Oh my gosh, all the times I've said I can't. Wow, yeah. Okay, that's true for me. Let's clear that out and replace it with I can do anything I want to do. So clear that out, put the new message in, go about my life. You don't always pay attention to these things, right? You just go about the daily life of living. Several months pass. My husband and I were invited to the most spectacular wedding ever at a vineyard, at a villa in
Mm.
Florence, Italy. And when I told my husband, oh, we got the invitation, like I begged for it. Like I was shameless in wanting this invitation. And I got the invitation. And it was at the Mangiacane, villa. I mean, it was spectacular. And I was like, we're going. He goes, I don't want to go. And I said, fine, I'm going without you. And in the end, he did go. So, and we had a wonderful time. Like we went all over Italy. It was a magical vacation and magical wedding. So on that trip, we went down to, I just drew a blank, Pompeii. We went down to Pompeii, which is outside of Rome. We were staying in Rome at this point. And we get there, it's really hot. It's 100 degrees, sweating to death.
Mm.
I'm a fluffy girl and I have bad knees. And they say, we're going to walk up this flight of concrete steps to the top. And then when you get partway up, turn around and enjoy the view, is what the tour guide's telling us. And there are quite a few of us in the tour. So when my husband and I, it's our turn to start walking up the steps, like the sides are taken. There's nothing to hang on to. Like we have to walk up the middle. And my first thought was, you better just walk straight up the middle, all the way to the top, and don't stop. Just do it. So I walk all the way to the top. I turn around and the view is spectacular. And all of a sudden I had this moment of clarity, complete clarity, like the fog wiped off the windshield of, if I hadn't cleared that message of I can't, I would not have made it up these stairs easily. I would have sat down partway up. I would have been in tears. My husband would have been embarrassed. He would have been dragging me by the arm saying, "Get up. You have to go to the top. We're here. We have to go." Like I created this whole story of what would have happened if I hadn't cleared that message. And this, like I say, was several months after I identified it and cleared it. And I had
Mhm.
no idea where all it was connected, what all it was tied to. But that was like the most spectacular personal experience I had of clearing one of those messages that run in the background. And we went on through the whole entire tour. It was amazing. A lot of stones, a lot of steps, a lot of uneven. Thank goodness I did have my husband to hang on to at several points, because when your knees are bad, you're not very stable. And I was not very stable. But I got up the stairs and I got all the way back down to the bottom and back on the tour bus to go back to Rome.
Bless your heart. Wow.
Those are the kind of things. That's the power of that message going on in the background, that energetic thing going on to hold you back. I call myself the 12-minute success coach. Break your goals into little bitty 12-minute increments. 12 minutes a day for 365 days is 73 hours. When was the last time you focused on one thing for 73 hours? I'm going to bet it's been a minute if you're anything like me. So it's like breaking it down, just like the consistent movement of doing the thing. And so, high performance coaching, you have to do the things, but then you can't. Like, you think you're going to do the thing, and then what's holding me back? Like, why am I not doing what I say I want to do?
Right.
It's like
One.
these little messages I can't, that you don't even know are there.
Can you help people clear that? I mean, the answer is yes, isn't it?
It is. And what we do is we set the intention.
Mm.
And the intention is to clear it. And everybody has their own methodology, obviously. But mine is, let's put the entire message, for me, it was, I can't. Let's put that in a balloon. No, in a cloud. Let's put it in the clouds. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And when we exhale, the cloud will just dissipate, because we can all visualize a cloud just dissipating. So I can't is written in the clouds. Deep breath in, exhale, and it dissipates. And people literally feel it. Like they feel that lifting of, oh, that feels better. And then when it's a negative message like that, then we embed a positive message of, I can do anything I want to do. And so that's visualizing your crown chakra is wide open, and the love of God, the universe, higher self, whatever you call it, is like pouring into you and filling every space of your physical, emotional, and spiritual body with the message of, I can do anything that I want to do. And so it's just a matter of just switching that intention. Sometimes the imbalance is a little bit different. Sometimes it is like a recovery memory, like we've been injured, and the memory of that injury is hanging on to us and keeps replaying. And it's like, but I'm well, I'm better, but it's still hanging on. So again, it's all written in the clouds, and we exhale and dissipate it. So yeah, quick, fast, easy.
Amazing. I want to point out a couple things for our viewers. So one that jumped out at me immediately is like you said, I don't know where it came from. You don't need to know where it came from. I know we love to know where I came from. That's the brain. The brain loves to make connections, but often there aren't connections to be made. So the brain, this is a brain fun fact, this is science, not my opinion. The brain will make random connections and it will feel like that makes sense. I mean, we're seeing an awful lot of that these days, aren't we, kids? That it's not true. The brain just wants to make those connections. So it's up to us to be discerning, kind of step back and say, look, that happened so long ago, where it happened when I was way too young. I'm not going to remember that. I can still make a change. Jennifer just explained that. You can still make a change. The other thing you mentioned was your 12 minutes a day. And the idea that we don't focus every day on our goals, much less, for any time. We don't, sometimes your goal gets put on the back burner for months. Can you imagine if you just put 12 minutes a day on that goal? Sometimes that will turn into more time too, won't it? It becomes 20 minutes easily, it becomes whatever it becomes. But
Yeah.
wow, it doesn't take knowing exactly where the old message came from. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm unlovable. It doesn't matter where it came from. We're not here to blame anybody else or even blame you, but you can still move past it. And two, just, get this 12 minutes a day from Jennifer. It's a book, isn't it, Jennifer?
Well, it
Too.
is 12 minutes to success, reach your goals in 12-minute increments. And I go into a little more detail of how that came about and then encouraging you to like decide what you want to do. I I often in our entrepreneurial space, people talk about writing a book, like a
Yes.
book, and you
Yeah.
have a story, and then a book is scary, and then
Mm.
it's pages and it's a lot of words, and then we get caught up in the fear of it, and I'm not good enough and I can't do it. I literally said minutes before I uploaded my first book to Amazon, self-published, Amazon Kindle, lots of stories about that, other people's stories, not mine. And I literally said to the gal that was helping me, I'm not a writer or an author. That was my brother who's now deceased and my older sister, but it's not me. And she said, you wrote the book. Let's upload it to Amazon. And I was like,
And yet,
yeah,
you
I
wrote the
wrote
book.
it. So, and my thoughts on that are I literally was told by someone that if a book is not 150 pages, it's not a book. It doesn't count. And a good friend of mine who adores me, while we're talking on the phone, she's typing on her computer, and I think she's working, right? Like she's just half listening to me. And all of a sudden, she goes through this whole list of famous high profile books that are under 150 pages. And she was like, let's go back to her and take her this list and say, come on, girl, I'm going to take you on. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh, it really was a book. The other thing is, I hear, oh, if you're an Amazon Kindle bestseller, it doesn't count. And I literally had a friend of me say, oh my gosh, your book was so short. Was that really even a book? And I might have had a couple of beers. I might have. And I flipped around and I said, did you write a book? Did you create a cover? Did you upload it to Amazon? And, did 1,000 people buy it in the first hour? Yeah, no, but I did. Yes, I wrote a book. And so the people who want a published 150-page book or more are wonderful, lovely people. And they've got a whole market for that. The people that I like to play with are ones who walk around. I own 7 or 8 Kindles. I don't even know anymore. I have a Kindle and I don't want to read on my phone. I want to read on a Kindle. I don't want an actual book. I have an actual book. See, look, I even have it in print. If you want an actual printed book, you can get a printed book. But the point is, I wanted to get my story out there.
Yeah.
And what's the quickest, easiest, cheapest way to do it? For me, it was the Amazon route. Somebody else, they want a publisher at all. Perfect. I think you have a message and you should share it. You're scared to share it? Great. Sit down for 12 minutes. Spend 12 minutes making a list of everything you could possibly talk about. Come back another day, spend 12 minutes going through that list, pick 3 topics. After that, come back, just pick one, one, two, three, grab one, doesn't matter which one. And then start writing little 1 sentence stories of what story you could tell from your experience to support that title. And as you do this, before you know it, you have all this material and you can actually write a book. Whether you want to write the 30-page most highly sought after book on Amazon Kindle, or you want to write a 150 to 500-page book and be a New York Times bestseller, doesn't matter. You still have to start the same way. Start little and do the thing. If you have a block, and it's holding you back, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, Patricia, but I do 12-minute energy clearings. And we actually can identify what's holding you back, pick the one thing that if it were substantially better in your life or substantially decreased in your life would make the biggest change. And we will do a session in 12 minutes and we will identify and clear every block that's available for your subconscious to let go of right then. Will it be everything? Maybe, maybe not, because your subconscious wants to keep you safe, and we're only going to clear as much as your subconscious is willing to clear in that session. And so I love doing these things, and I love hearing back from people later going, did you know Michelle Abraham, calling her out right now? She's one of the creators of Potapalooza. I did a energy clearing with her around abundance. And a couple months later, she's on my podcast and randomly drops, oh, did you know after clearing all those trapped emotions around abundance, I brought in 4 clients and $100,000 in 5 weeks?
She just forgot to tell you that.
She was busy servicing her needs.
Yeah, they're busy doing the work. Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, it's all amazing. It all works together. And I've just had so much fun creating it.
I do think that, what you have is a gift, and it's I'm so appreciative of you also being able to let people know it doesn't take a year of this, right? Look at this. She's talking about transformations in minutes. And then I also would like to remind you that we are really complex beings and we do hide stuff and stuff it away. And so once you release some of it, you may have more that comes out. So that's a good thing because that means you're making progress and you're getting to another level, new devil, as you move forward. So, wow, Jennifer, you just make it feel so easy breezy too. And that's a wonderful thing. Going, oh yeah.
And like you say, as human beings, we try to complicate everything and make it harder than it is. And there are a lot of things internally, whether it's physically, emotionally, or spiritually going on that's hard, but letting go of it doesn't have to be. And we don't have to know where it came from. We don't have to remember the event. I had a client, everything came up at 6 years old because we can get kind of close to the age of when it happened, when it became trapped in your system. And she said nothing happened at 6. And I said, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. It doesn't matter. We just cleared it. It's gone. Just don't worry about it. And we got on for our next call a couple days later. And she said, oh, I know what happened. I said, okay, great. What happened? And she said, my dad got transferred to Hawaii. And I was on a ship for 5 days, seasick and miserable the
Oh,
whole time. And I said, great. And do you know what you just demonstrated to me? Once we separated the emotion from the event, you could remember the event without any trauma.
right. Right.
Now I can remember it without the feeling addressed to it. I can tell the story without
Right. Right.
voting, right? Because it's now disconnected. So
Oh, I love that. Little
it's
kids, when
super
we're
fun.
little, we don't understand. And
No.
to us, it's a big, scary deal, whatever that is. And so you carry it on into your life when it's no longer a big, scary deal, but we're afraid to even look at it. It's that boogeyman, it's the thing under the bed, it's the shape in the closet.
Yeah.
It's so great. So
Yeah.
great. You can shine some light on it and then it just
And then
then
it's
it
gone.
leaves of its own. You
Yeah.
shine light on it, and it's that's that's just a dust bunny.
Yeah. Whoosh.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah,
Wow.
it's been fun work. It's been really fun work. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it.
Well, I will let all of you listeners know where you can get in touch with Jennifer, where you can find her products and her books, and start doing 12 minutes a day. At least just start that towards something that you really, really want to do. Don't worry about if it's the wrong thing or you should try for this goal or that goal. Doesn't matter. Just pick a goal. Just pick a goal and work on it. You'll be amazed.
Absolutely. And my gift for your audience is 12-minute 1 2, the numbers 1 2 gift.com. And that's a 3-part audio series since you're listening to a podcast while you're on your walk, while you're doing dishes, whatever. And it breaks down my win process, wire the brain, imagine the future, and never give up with next best steps.
Fantastic. Wow, that is so great, Jennifer. I'm totally going to be listening to that. Thank you so much for being here. So great to see you again. And I'll be in touch soon.
Yes. Good to see you.
Thanks, everybody.